Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danya if you're new here. In today's video, we are crafting for spring using items I found at Dollar Tree. I figured I was done waiting for the weather to change and I'm just ready for the next season. So let's get started. I'm gonna start off with this one because I want to paint parts of it. So hopefully by the time we're done with all the other crafts, this one will be dry. Now, this one was in kind of rough shape when I found it. All the other ones were as well. This is actually the best out of all of them, but I figured it doesn't matter because I'm gonna remove the words and then I want to paint over the arches. Now, I'm not sure how it's gonna go because I only want these to be white. And if I don't do a good job and it starts bleeding onto this area, then I'm gonna have to paint the whole thing white. But let's see how it goes. So first, I want to get rid of all these letters. I don't wanna use this. Okay, now that that's done, I want to paint these white and then I want to bring in some vinyl once it's dry and add it over here and possibly over here. We'll see. So let's see how this goes. I usually bring in my silicone mat when I paint, but I don't think this is going to be a messy project. So let's hope for the best. And I'm not sure how many coats I'm going to need to cover up the color, but we'll see. I mean, as long as it's not as bright and in your face, I think it'll be fine. I just wanted the colors to be a little more toned down. Okay, I'm going to set it aside to dry and I want to see how many coats I still need to add. And then I'm going to decide if, I think I will do the bottom, but I don't want to do the sides. So I'm going to try to see if I can wipe these small imperfections down. Otherwise, I'm going to have to paint the whole thing, which I didn't want to do. I like how the colors look together with the white and the bare wood. So let's see how it looks once it's dry, and then I'll decide. All right, so this is how it looks so far. I'm gonna let it dry and we'll see. All right, the next thing I wanna work on is this really pretty sign. And what I wanna do with this is I want to bring in this pretty cardstock. If you saw my Christmas gifts video, you remember this. I am very excited to use it. I wanna do, let's see, because this is kind of gonna match the next craft we're going to work on. They're going to be next to each other. So let's see. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So I am going to grab my paper trimmer and it looks like the inside is 4, gosh, why couldn't it just be 4.5? Oh, it is. The height is a little less than 4.5. Okay, so let me just trim this down roughly. Perfect. Looks like it's a little shy top to bottom, but you know what? You won't be able to see it once it's sitting up like this. So that's completely fine. Now, before I place this in here, I'm gonna add some vinyl. And the design I decided to go with this simple spring vibes design in textured gold. I just wanted something simple, elegant, and pretty. Let me grab some transfer tape. All right, now because I'm transferring this onto paper, I have to use my low tack transfer tape because otherwise it will rip the paper. So I'm going to line it up. And even though it's a small piece of paper, I'm gonna grab some parchment paper because I want to make sure it's completely lined up. And the nice thing about this is I'm going to use some, trying to decide if I should use tape or, yeah, I'll probably use tape to attach the cardstock to the frame, but I can always remove it and change it next season. All right, let me grab parchment paper. All right, here it is. Should I center it or should I? Yeah, I think I want it centered. Okay, that looks perfect. So I'm gonna remove the transfer tape. I'm gonna remove the parchment paper. What is going on? I've never had this happen before. Gosh, this vinyl is so pretty, but such a pain to work with. I mean, lately. I've had it for a long time and it doesn't. Okay, well, I guess we lost the dot to the eye. I'll deal with that afterwards. Yeah, I've had this for years, and I mentioned this a couple videos ago. It's never been the easiest, but it wasn't this difficult in the past. Okay, I love it. I love how subtle the design is on that cardstock. Perfect. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna grab some tape. I want to be able to change it out next season, or have the option to at least. So let's see if I do this. And it's not going to move around. Once it's on the mantle, it's going to stay there until I take it down. So this should be more than enough. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I love it. And now when you see the next project, you'll know what I was talking about when I said they're going to kind of match. Oh my gosh, look at the texture. It's so pretty. I wish it was easier to work with. All right, now let's move on to the next one. Okay, next I bought this really pretty butterfly, and it just says wood animal shapes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna use the same cardstock. So I'm gonna glue it down, and then I'm gonna go around and trim all the extra. And then in the middle, I am going to add this really pretty butterfly, kind of matching the big one. So she's gonna go right almost inside her heart. So baby butterfly and mama butterfly. And then we're gonna add this paper right here. All right, let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab my liquid glue. And this is also just gonna be on the mantle, so it's not gonna move around or anything until we take it down. Perfect. I'm gonna press it down, and then I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife. I'm gonna trim all the extra because it's just in the way. All right, grabbing my X-Acto knife. Actually, I need to change this out, so I forgot to do that. All right, locking it back. Perfect. And I think this is Yep, it's dry. So I'm just gonna go around and trim all the extra cardstock that we don't need. I finally sat down and started watching the new season of Sweet Magnolias yesterday. I really like that show. It's very light and sweet, and I like watching those kind of shows before bed. I don't like watching, I don't know, action or anything that's too tense, you know, before I go to bed. And Sweet Magnolias reminds me of another show that I used to love so much, which is called, gosh, what was it called? Heart of Dixie. Do you guys know that show? It was so sweet. I guess I really like small town, you know, kind of community vibe shows. I wish we didn't have to wait so long between seasons, though. I mean, I know it takes them a long time to film, but I feel like I get impatient waiting for the next season to come out. I won't spoil anything for you. I won't say anything about the episodes if you haven't watched yet. I only got through, I think it was half of the second episode. Yeah, about half. That's where I had to stop because I was falling asleep. See, perfect. Oh my gosh, looks so cute. Now let me actually clean this up. Okay, so I'm gonna reuse this piece of transfer tape, even though it's way too big. But we just want this to go right in the middle. And that looks perfect. Oh my gosh. How adorable is that? Okay, now you see what I was talking about? How pretty are these going to be next to each other? Isn't that nice? All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, next I found this adorable bucket. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at the bee. How cute is that? Initially, I wanted 3, but I only found 1. This was the last one on the shelf, and I've been to a couple Dollar Trees since then, since I originally purchased this a couple weeks ago, and I have not found a single one. So I'm not sure if it's a very popular item or if they're still stocking it and not all the stores have it, but I'm glad I found one. So we're gonna work on this one. I'm gonna set it aside for a minute to show you the design. It's a very simple design. As usual, I feel like most of the time I like to do simple things. Let's see how this is gonna be. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. I was nervous because the lines are so small and intricate on the bees. Okay, perfect. This, I'll fix that in a minute. All right, the poor bee lost his eye, but honestly, it's so small you won't be able to tell. Okay, I have one more bee that I was wondering where it went, but I found it before it was too late. You're not gonna run away from me. All right, going to add some rubbing alcohol. And you know what I just realized? I don't think I Oh, I was worried about this. Okay, so don't add rubbing alcohol or don't spray it everywhere because of the paint. So I'm gonna make sure it doesn't remove any of it, but if you're working on this, don't do what I did. What was I gonna say? Oh, I don't think I mentioned the price for anything. All the items were $1.25 each. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with this teeny bee, and I'm trying to see. I want this one to go right here, and maybe just one bee with that, and then one can be right here all by himself. Okay, and I'm gonna fix this mistake in a minute. Okay, perfect. I want it to go right there because I want it to look like it's falling off almost. Oh my gosh, adorable. Perfect, and then one more. And I'm gonna go in with a tiny cotton swab right here just to clean that up. But for now, let's see. I kind of like having it right here. Oh my goodness, look at that. So simple, but so fun, right? Okay, let's bring in the rainbow and see what happened with that one. You know what? I went and I cut a few more because I felt like I needed just something else right here. So let me set this aside for a minute. I cut out additional bees, and then I also cut out Be Happy. I thought that would look really nice. Although I have worked with these types of buckets before, and because they're curved, it's hard. The text always looks crooked and it doesn't look great. So that's why I made it relatively small. And I think because it's small, I think it'll be okay. But if it's bigger, I don't know, it doesn't look good in my opinion. I worked on a couple of these during, gosh, was it Christmas? Yeah, and I didn't really like how they turned out, and then I had to recut the design. So I don't think I even included them in the video at the time because I just didn't think they looked good. But then again, we can be our own worst critic, right? All right, I'm so happy with how that did because I was nervous about cutting something so thin. Okay, that is ready. And I'm trying to decide if I should just keep this as is with the bee right there, or if I should have this bee kind of flying over here. Yeah, let's do that. And that's how it looks. Isn't it cute? What do you think? Let me know if you see these at your local store, because like I said, I haven't seen them again since. And I did clean up a little bit and I fixed the mess that I made. So I still have to go over these areas over here, but you can't really see them. So it looks great. All right, let's bring in the rainbow. Okay, so I ended up adding one more coat of chalk paint and I love how that looks. I'm so happy I went with the white just on the arches and these areas, and I left this in the bare wood. I think it looks so much nicer and it matches the decor in my house so much better. So what I wanna do is I wanna add some hearts over here, and I cut them out using this textured gold as well. So some of them are hollow on the inside and some are not. And I still haven't decided exactly how I'm going to lay them down onto the area. I figured, honestly, when I first cut it out, when I first cut it out, I was thinking I would just put it as is and kind of let the other ones go over the sides, but I don't know. Let's see, once I'm done weeding them out, let's see how they look. I might have to place them maybe one by one, or at least a couple at a time instead of the whole sheet, because of the sizing, and then also because I think it would look nicer if I actually add some like right here leading up to this bigger one. We'll see. But can you believe how adding a little bit of paint completely transformed this? I mean, because it was falling apart, and also the colors, I mean, they were fine, but they don't really match any room in my house. So I wanted to change it, and I love how it looks already. Okay, I'm gonna grab my transfer tape and I'm gonna do a couple at a time. I think that's the smarter choice. And this transfer tape actually has some yellow on it from the bucket, so hopefully that doesn't stain the paint. I just noticed that. I'll use it for this one and then I'll switch it out for the next section. All right, let's see, should I do... Okay, let's put these right here, these 4, and I'm gonna go in and cut this one out in a few minutes. And then this one can go right here. Okay, I am loving how this looks so far. Let's grab a few more. Okay. Maybe we can go, hopefully you can see that. All right. Okay, this is how it's looking so far. All right, I'm just gonna cut a small piece of transfer tape because I feel like it's going to go better if I only do like 3 or 4 at a time. And I guess I only picked up 2. All right. How about one right here? And then this one can go here. And I'm only going to add a couple on this area. So let's do one right here. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess that one is going to stay. And then maybe one. Perfect. I wanted one to be almost like it's between the wood, the bare wood and the white area. And I actually think I'm going to remove one of these. Let's take this one off. That was easy enough. Because I want it to go somewhere else. I'm sorry guys, I don't know if you're able to see clearly. It's kind of an odd shape to work with a camera. All right. So I have a question for all of you. I have some really exciting things coming to the channel that I can't discuss quite yet, but I'm saying that because it made me think of sublimation, and I'm wondering if it's something that you would all be interested in seeing, because I don't do any sublimation work as of now. You know, I only do, and I'm gonna go in and cut these, but how perfect is that? I only do, you know, Cricut projects and the closest thing I've done is, you know, I work with printable heat transfer vinyl and stuff like that, but I've never done sublimation, and I don't have the material for it. So I was wondering, is that something that you guys would be interested in watching? Because it would, you know, mainly be for all of you. Is it something that you look for inspiration as well, or do you mostly prefer just Cricut focused videos and these types of crafts where they're easy, beginner friendly, and you know, simple and short and sweet, I guess is what I'm trying to say? Or do you also do sublimation work? Let me know, because I would need to buy, you know, obviously all the equipment and all the stuff that has to do with sublimation. And if it's something that you are all interested in, I would be happy to do that. So, or at least I would love to try, because I know there's a lot involved when it comes to material and equipment. I wish we had a before and after picture. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love how they're like falling off. It looks so intentional. So pretty. Okay, let me bring in all the projects. All right, these are today's projects. I'm so happy with how they turned out. Again, very simple and easy, but so pretty. Honestly, this one is my favorite, especially that transformation, going from that hot pink and orange and all those colors to this pretty neutral, elegant rainbow. Gosh, so beautiful. Don't you think? Let me know which one was your favorite. If you made it till the end, you are awesome, and I'm so grateful for you. Leave a butterfly emoji, and I'll see you in next week's video. Thank you. Bye.